It's Monday morning, technically. Well, it's still Sunday for me because it is still my show, taking you out till 1 a.m. And of course, when we get into Monday morning, Sunday, we are doing the music review. And of course, there's only one person that I want to get on and talk music with. Of course, Katy Perry couldn't be with us tonight. So I've got the fabulous Laura. Laura, how are you?
Yeah, shivering in Katy Perry's shadow.
Yes, exactly. I would be too. If she came calling, you're off. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, but
I
how are
won't blame
you?
you. I won't blame you.
How's the week been?
Yeah, it's been good, thanks. Pretty uneventful, other than obviously we had our nice announcement earlier in the week about the plan for the end of lockdown, which has got
Yes.
tongues a twittering and yes, lots. I
I
don't know. That was a really weird phrase. I was going for something interesting, but tongues wagging and
tongues wagging, tongues
yeah.
wagging. Well, I did put something in our little show group. If I can, I need to find it where how far back it was. Lots been going on for me this week that I can't really discuss on air, but things have been happening. And here we go. The show. Here we go. What was it? So oh yeah, we had me and Rachel had that discussion about one of the characters looking like Aaron, and then I
Yep.
posted the kind of steps, the steps how we're getting out, and we said 8th of March, get drunk with one friend in the park.
Yep.
On the 29th of March, get drunk with 5 other people in your garden. I
Whoop,
haven't got a
whoop.
garden, so I'm gonna have to go to someone else's garden. Step two, on April the 12th, get drunk in a pub garden with 5 other people. That's what we're doing on the 12th of April. Step
Aye.
uh, step three is 17, get drunk with 5 other people in the pub, which we can do. And then step four, which is the 21st of June, book a week off work, get really drunk inside or outside, hug everyone and tell them that you love them. And then Rachel put, so are we all meeting up on the 12th of April then? And I went, I found the drunk in the group. Sorry, Rachel, I'm outing you now. Sorry if you're listening to this. And then Laura piped up with the old look at this comment emoji with the heart eyes. So we found the second drunk of the group. Sorry, Laura. And then Rachel just said, unless we want to hold out until the huge hug fest. And then Aaron just went, I think hugs are all needed, all round neat are needed.
Yeah.
And we found the one that's a touchy feely in the group. Sorry, Aaron. It's just because
He's
you made
gonna
the
be
comment.
he's gonna be the I love you drunk, isn't he?
Oh, I'm the I'm love you drunk. I'm
Oh
really
no,
either
it's gonna be
I'm
two of
I'm the
you.
sop I'm the soppy I love you drunk, or get really upset over something really trivial drunk. That is
Petty
me.
drunk.
Yeah, no. I'll get. Yeah, I mean, there's a story that I can say, but I'm not going to say on air because it's for an off-air story. But there was a time when I got extremely drunk and got upset over a comment that someone made to me, and I couldn't figure out. The thing is, the comment was so cryptic, I couldn't figure out what he meant, so it got me all upset.
Was this the university story that you told me?
No,
Oh, this
no.
is another one. Oh,
Oh no,
okay.
what was the
I'm gonna
university
rinse
story?
you. I'm
What
not
was the
gonna. I'm not.
university story?
I'm not gonna tell that one on air.
1 minute, just say what it involved.
uh, computers and you
Oh yeah,
psyching
yeah. No,
someone
it wasn't
out.
that. What? No, no, it wasn't that. It wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. No, that's fine. That's fine. That one's all right for air. That's fine.
I
I'm
can't
happy to say that
remember
one
all
on
the
there.
details. So
So two of my best friends decided. Yes, Holly and Reese. I'm calling you out now. Yeah. Holly and Reese decided to put a porn star as my background wallpaper on my like kind of work piece, my work laptop, so the one that I use for like editing, not like a private one, not that I have a private one, but you know what I mean, like the one that I kind of use publicly. And I knew who it was exactly at the time, so I thought I'd wind them up by going, right, that's it, I'm going to the head lecturer. And I went over to I went outside and went, right, the head lecturer really wants to see you. No, I didn't even get that far because I stormed out in such a like, I made a convincing kind of look of it that they actually thought I was going to go there, and they were really like, oh my god, we're going to get kicked off the course. And I was actually only messing with them. And I think to this day they don't think I was messing, but I really was. So yeah, and that one's fine. It's just that
I
story.
didn't know if I was allowed to say porn
Yeah,
star
that's fine.
on the
Oh, yeah.
radio.
Why not? Porn star's a job title.
No,
I mean, it's. I mean, who'd want to be a porn star?
not right now.
Okay, wow, okay, not right now. Okay, fair enough. I'm leaving that one there.
No,
Leaving
you
that
get me
one
wrong.
there.
You get me wrong there, Stuart. I just meant who would want to be one, especially right now.
Oh, right,
like
okay,
with COVID.
right, okay. Nice save, nice save. Wow. Oh, dearie me.
I'll be making my career move announcement next week.
Oh, you can find her on Pornhub. I think that's one of them, isn't it? Yeah, you can find her on that website. Go check her out. Right, let's talk. What do you mean? Don't check you out? Does that mean you're on there? Okay, that's going down a rabbit hole. Right, let's leave it there. Let's get back onto what we're talking about, music. But before we do that, we're going to talk about music festivals because, of course, with the announcement came the announcement for music festivals.
Yes, because Leeds and Reading Fest sold out. What was it? Something like, was it 170,000 tickets? Something like that in 3 days. Yeah, like gone.
In 3 days.
Yeah, gone. I'm sure it was 170,000 tickets. I could be completely wrong.
Well, while you're looking that up, I'm going to let everyone know that in May, I don't know why we're seeing this in May, but there is still one festival going in May. And that might be because it's outdoor. It's the Great Escape in Brighton on Wednesday, the 12th of May, 2021. You can go to the Great Escape, which is in Brighton. If you go to June, which is when we're all allowed out, apparently, Download Festival is still happening, but that's the 4th of June. Hampton Court Festival on the 8th of June. Love Box is on the 11th. And then the Isle of Wight Festival on the 17th of June. Going on to the lovely July festivals. Wireless apparently is still announced, as well as Load Fest 2021. Latitude Festival on 22nd of July is still announced. Chicken Stock, what a name, Chicken Stock. I've never been, don't know if I fancy it, but Chicken Stock Music Festival is still going. Yep, it's in Stockbury in Kent. And then in August, you've got the Wilderness Festival and, of course, Reading and Leeds Festival at the end of, I can't even say it, end of August, with Creamfields as well, which is also happening at the end of August. So if you like a rave, Creamfields is definitely one where you want to go to. So they're the kind of gigs that are still going ahead. Hopefully, Laura now has some news on how many tickets were sold.
Yeah, it was Live Nation. They sold 70,000 tickets.
Okay.
There's actually another 30,000 tickets because it says on another article that there's up to 200,000 revelers could be going to Leeds and Reading Fest. But I mean, that's absolutely crackers to think that we're at the end of February. Well, technically,
when we're in March,
we're at the beginning of March.
Yeah, the 1st of March today.
No, 1st of March. And that's 3 months away. 3 months, and we're going to go from complete lockdown that we're in now to having 200,000 people in one place to watch like Post Malone and Liam Gallagher and like Lewis Capaldi, shake their things. I don't know what they do.
Of course. Well, I mean, another thing that's going ahead and actually might be going ahead in this country as a sole host nation, because originally the Euro 2020s was going to be held over several nations and it was going to be like that. But in fact, they're planning on just hosting it in one nation, and they're thinking of making it the UK, which I find quite ironic since we've left the Euros. And for anyone trying to get over here, it's going to be a bit weird for them to try and get over. So for them to hold it in the UK, I find a bit odd. but
Yeah.
exciting at the same time. So when England are playing their Euro games, I want to be heading to a fan park just because I want the atmosphere. Because when we score a goal, I'm hugging anyone that's around me going, we've just scored, and just going mental. So I want to do that at a fan park for sure. So
Do you know what I've just thought of though?
go on.
Right, next year, you think, even just in your friendship circle,
Yeah.
how many like weddings, christenings, like holidays, birthdays,
Yeah.
and stuff have all been cancelled, all the
Yeah.
plans?
Mm.
Just think how social we're going to be next year.
Oh God. Well, no, from 21st of June. How social
Yeah,
we're
but
going to
like,
be.
yeah, but no one's going to book. Like, let's face it. Is anybody who's already pushed back their wedding potentially twice going to book it for June if it could potentially get
Oh,
there's going to be a bit of buffer. The earliest that we can be open is the 21st of June.
well, I think the first wedding I've got is in July this year, and that's a wedding that
No,
was
mine
pushed
will
back
start
last
next
year.
year. Mine will start
See, no,
next year.
I've got one. I've got one that was pushed back from July last year to July this year, and looks like it's probably going to go ahead. So there is that, and I think depending on the situation, I think I might have another one in August as well. So I might have two weddings to go to just straight after, not long after lockdown's over. But I think we're going to be very sociable. I think we're going to be phoning up people. I think we're going to be phoning up people we probably just see as like kind of acquaintances, going, "Hey, how you doing? Do you fancy a beer?"
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like genuinely, but when you were saying about, oh, like, you're a bit allowed to meet up with one person to go have a drink in the park or whatever. I was thinking, I can just imagine everybody reverting back to when they were sort of, let's face it, like 15, 16, drinking a bottle of White Lightning on a park bench. Like, this is just, I've
Yeah.
just got, I've just
All the
got
winos are coming
visions.
out.
Yeah, I've just got visions of this happening, or like, like a massive bottle of WKD or Smirnoff Ice or whatever it was, your tipple of choice when you were, prepubescent, not prepubescent, but like
Yeah, I
in
know what you mean.
puberty and
Yeah,
whatever.
your rebel stage of your
Yeah,
teenage
I'm
years.
100% going to be on the blue WKDs.
Oh, blue WKD. Oh, Smirnoff Ice for me. Oh, I love a bit of Smirnoff Ice. Just tastes like lemonade.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is, I'm not a big vodka drinker anymore. But yeah, I mean, I just can't wait for the Stuart Armour show Christmas summer party of 2021 that should have happened last year. I can't wait for that. That's just going to go off
So
the
it's going to
roof.
be good.
Yeah,
I'm going to be
and
like,
I
Mum, hold the baby.
yeah. Mum, you're going to look after the baby for the weekend. Why? We're going on a bender. We're going on a bender. I'll bring a microphone. We'll do the show live at the pub.
I
We
mean,
won't do it
I've got a
live.
portable podcaster mic, so we could do that.
I mean, yeah, I've got the full kit here. Portable.
Let's
That's
do
it.
it.
That's a 4 microphone portable podcaster. Oh, could you imagine? We could literally just take it, just take and get 4 mics, take it. We'd sit in a pub somewhere and just drink and do a show.
Oh, it'd be messy.
I could preload all the clips onto my little soundboard,
Yeah.
so I can get all the movies and all the TV. We can literally just sit there. We can just all have like a round table of like what we. That's a messy show.
Yeah, but all I'd
I'm like.
say, all I would say is number one, you're going to have a lot of editing to do because we'll all have potty
Nah,
mouths after,
that's fine.
several drinks. Number
I'll tell you what, we could do it as live, right? And if there is
yeah,
any edits to it, right,
yeah.
we'll edit it and we'll put the unedited version out there.
Oh, yeah.
But people can pay for the unedited version and we'll donate the funds to charity.
That sounds immense because you know that there are going to be some absolute corkers that we're going to have to cut.
Yeah. Or we just do the show and it's made only for an unedited version and people can get that and it'll go for charity. A bit like when Chris Moyles did the podcast.
Yeah, we'll just have to put like a parental guidance. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe like only over the age of XXX to,
yeah.
to listen. But number two, what else was I was thinking? We are going to be so sozzled by the time it gets to my music review. I'm going to need some proper like bangers, so that we can jump up on the table.
Oh no, we can't be jumping up on the table. We'll need to bring cameras as well. We'll have to put cameras
Yeah.
up and film us.
We want like a Coyote Ugly like situation, you know, like dancing on the bar, like rather
Okay.
than playing all like miserable stuff that people have been putting out at the moment.
Okay, so one, we need to get a bar that will facilitate us
Yep.
in putting up
Or a
tables and
table.
cameras.
Yeah.
We could ask them to sponsor us.
Oh, that'd be so
Maybe
good.
get a few cheeky. No. We'll get them to sponsor us so that because obviously they're letting us use the pub to drink and do the show from.
We could go to Wetherspoons and just get people to order stuff to our table.
That would work if the show was live.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to
That's
do
what
the
I'm
show
saying.
live?
It'd be funny.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, we could do it because I've done before this setup that I've got here. I used to stream from my laptop. So yeah, just log on to the the Wetherspoons Wi-Fi quickly. Let's do the show live from the pub.
I mean, I'm just saying the crazy
Oh,
ideas that we come up with when we are
I
stone
know.
cold sober.
I know,
Like
right? Could you
just
imagine
going
the
through our
idea when
radio
we're
show.
drunk?
Let's be
Unscripted,
careful what we promise people.
just take us, the road, the microphones, and clips for each of us, and literally just see what happens.
Yeah. But
We'd have
bear
to
in
get
mind
20
that on top of that, you've got like over 12 months of like pent up energy where everybody is like waiting to get out. They've been holding in all their like really great jokes, all their awesome life, like I say awesome life experiences, all the Netflix that we've been binge watching,
Yeah, but the
etc.
thing is,
etc.
we talk about what we've been watching and talking about that here. So when we actually get up, when we actually get to like all go and meet each other and have a drink for the first time, we just be like, "How you doing? What's new? Nothing. I'm here with you." Yeah, that probably be the extent to our meet.
Could you imagine? It would just be really boring, and we just sort of like slowly get into a boring middle-aged like drunken stupor and just turn into grumpy old people.
We could ask the punters to come and guest with us. Like, shove a microphone in there.
You, sir, you look like an interesting character. Come and talk to us. Come and be on our radio show.
Right, so we got to find out. We got to find a pub that's willing to take us, let us broadcast, and
Let us dance on our tables.
that's it. Well, no, but I don't want to go that far. But
You'll be
that's
the
the only
first up,
thing.
Stuart.
Probably. But yeah, the only thing. Yeah, so we need to make sure the pub is at a central location where everyone can get to.
Yes.
We'll leave Rachel for that task.
Yeah, I think Rachel is probably the most sensible person.
Well, that plus she's in London as well. So, and I imagine probably London's where we'll probably go to meet. So, I'm just saying, we'll go London because I can easily get to London. It's 35 minutes on the train for me. I don't know how long it is for you guys, because I think one's where Aaron's in Essex and you're in Kent, I believe.
No, so Aaron's like heading up towards Essex, but still in Kent.
It is Kent, okay. So yeah, I'd imagine it'd be probably the same train station we get into.
Yeah, we can make it work.
Yeah, let's find out what we can do. I'll ask Rachel tomorrow. Where can we get a pubcast going?
Could we talk to like the Shard and say to them like and
No, the
get
Shard
like a
won't
little
put us up.
private area?
No,
They
the
not.
Shard won't do it. No, they wouldn't. Nah, they wouldn't put us in. It'd just be a local boozer that we'd have to do it from.
That's fine. I'm happy to mingle with the commoners.
Right. Just offend half our listeners. Sorry about that.
No, I'm joking.
But is she joking? Is she joking?
Yeah. I'm as common as they come, to be fair.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now we've had our fun. We've now somehow arranged a live broadcast. Also, we need to find out when we can live broadcast the show, and also, because we won't be able to do it on a Sunday night. It wouldn't happen because if we finish at 1 a.m., how are we all getting home? We're having a sleepover at Rachel's.
with great difficulty.
Yeah, so it would have to be a day drinking show. Well, that's even worse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but at least like then you don't have the hangover in the morning. That is the one plus side for
No,
day
you have it later
drinking.
on in the evening. Oh no. Oh no, I think we've lost her. I think the day
Oh,
drinking
I
killed
can
her.
hear
Oh
you. I
no,
can hear you.
okay, okay. I thought we'd lost you for a second. I literally just froze on me.
Yeah, same. I was like, Stuart, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I said, at least you can sleep it off. You'll be sleeping the hangover
True.
away.
This is true. This is true. Okay, fine. So we're gonna do some sort of pubcast, maybe live, probably not, because I don't fancy putting us on the airwaves live drunk. I mean, it could be quite funny, but we
Reliabilities.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll work out logistics, and if it can happen, it will happen. If not, it'll be fun. All right, that's what I'm going to say. I will have a pubcast as such as it is,
Love it.
unedited, for you guys to listen to, with us just dicking around in a pub getting drunk.
And you can join us. Like, just grab your drink and
Yeah,
drink along to the show. And we should
yeah.
put like a key word in, like a buzzword. So every time you hear this word, you have to take a shot.
Well, the thing is, if we get it live as well, we could have people phone up, because they can still phone to the studio number. We could get them to phone up, and they could say the buzzword, and then we'd have to take shots, wouldn't we? Could you
That would
imagine?
be so dangerous. We
Could you
need
imagine if we just
hospital
said,
assistance.
I know. Well, it's all right. There's St. Thomas Hospital and St. Guy's Hospital nearby, so that'd be fine. But yeah, could you imagine, like, literally, we just say, right, the secret word is Bumblebee. And then literally you just have people phone up going, "Hi, Stuart, it's Bumblebee." Oh, no. No,
Oh,
that could be dangerous. That could be dangerous.
so dangerous. Yeah, it would.
Let's do it.
Let's
Let's do
stop
it.
giving people ideas.
Let's do it. Right, here we go. Yeah, but no, we should do it from a spoons, because we could give out the table number. We can see what people would order for us.
Just like be kind to us and order us some chips at the same time.
Oh yeah, but could you imagine someone just randomly sending us a round of shots? Be like, oh my god, we got a round of shots here, guys.
Especially if it's
Don't
like a
know.
really minging shot.
Oh, I know. The only thing is we wouldn't know who it's from.
Mm. Oh, can you not put like a little note on there?
No, but it'd be really cool. It'd be really cool if you could, wouldn't it?
Just tell them to like DM you on Insta. You've got this coming.
Yes. Yeah. No. Or when we've got it, we kind of they have to DM us to say that they've sent something.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably expect it in a couple of minutes. Anyway, right, let's talk music. Let's not go down this rabbit hole. This could be dangerous. We're going through loads of rabbit holes today. You know that. I think we're deep underground.
We are. It's all good. It's all good though.
Okay.
Like
Let's talk music. What have you got for me this evening?
I've got some really nice tunes for you this evening, as always. I hope you agree. So let's start off with a little bit of Georgia, Nevada and The Devil Dealt Me You.
When the devil dealt me you, he thought I'd fall just like I did. But I played the hand I had right on through. And my heart won't skip a beat. I'll play a diamond on one knee. And we'll build a house out of all the cards I drew.
So Georgia, Nevada, The Devil Dealt Me You. Great country song. Is she talking about dealing cards?
No. So it's this wonderful metaphor. So Georgia co-wrote this song with, I'm going to kick myself because I can't remember the name now. And I wrote the press release. How bad is that? So it's a co-written song, and her co-writer, whose name I'm just finding out, basically is really, really good with sort of poker and like gambling metaphors. It was Kyle Elliott. I do apologize, Kyle, if you're listening. He's really, really great at these metaphors, and she kind of had this general gist for this song, and he just kind of took the metaphors and injected them, and it became this whole meaning of taking a gamble on love. So for those of you who don't know Georgia Nevada, she's an amazing country singer, really lovely person as well. And she took the plunge to move from Stevenage to Brighton within 1 month of meeting her significant other.
Oh,
so she
wow.
moved, yeah, I know, right? She moved over 100 miles from her family, and fortunately, despite the risk, it all worked out. So it's all about her being lucky in love and sort of like Lady Luck helping her prove people wrong. And the artwork, which is really cool, features the Two of Hearts. So that kind of represents the fact that it's her second single. It's released in the second month of the year, and naturally, the two hearts also symbolise Georgia and her partner. So I thought that was really lovely, and it went to number 1 in the country charts on iTunes and into the overall iTunes charts at number 36. So at last count, it could have moved up, hopefully, since then. So yeah,
I
she
know
did really well with it.
the highest position it debuted just by going through the iTunes chart website. It says it charted in at 40. So it gone up to 36. Right. That's pretty decent. That is pretty decent.
It's really
where is it
good.
now? Do we know where it is now?
No, I don't know. Just at last count, I knew it was at 36, but inevitably it may have slid down the charts. This happens during the charting week for anybody in the industry. I think Stuart's just doing a quick scout as we go. But
when you say slid down, do you mean down as in over 40 or under 40 more?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it has slid down. It might have climbed. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if it had. It's that's a general pattern that we see, but hopefully it's stayed, she says.
I'm looking.
Stuart's scouting.
Oh God. Why can I not see it? Please tell me I've just missed it. Oh, I'm down to the 90s.
Uh-oh. It's one of those things though. Things chart and then they move.
They move, yeah.
They do move.
Oh, there we go. She's 131 at the moment on the iTunes overall chart.
Overall, though, that's not bad. I mean like
to be found in that category of the top whatever they've got there, yeah, I think it's amazing. Country. Let's have a look at the charts in the country. She's number 3 at the moment, so she's still up there in the country charts.
Still in the tops, yeah, exactly.
So yeah, she's doing good.
Yeah, really good. I mean, we had some really great music in the country scene come out this week, actually. So, well done, Georgia.
Well done, Georgia, indeed. Yeah, I like it. I can't wait to have it on the playlist and played out at some point in coming weeks, because as you know, if you don't know, that Laura's music tracks get taken and put into the C playlist of the show. So I think every 3rd or 4th song is a C track.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, so there we go. So the likelihood of us hearing Georgia Nevada and The Devil Dealt Me You is quite high. Okay, so from Georgia Nevada, where are we heading to?
We are heading to Maisie Peters and John Hughes movie.
Yeah, I'm quite confused by this title. I want to ask, why is she called it John Hughes movie? And who is John Hughes?
I think John Hughes is like some 80s person from that
film
sort
star?
of an era. Film star? Could be a director, I don't know.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, John Hughes. Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
That.
But yeah, it's got kind of like that. It says John Hughes films encapsulate that foolish romantic energy of high school, and everything that a small town English wannabe Molly Ringwald wanted to be but was not. That is Maisie Peters speaking. Yes. About her song. I just really like this. I thought it was quite boppy. It was, just a little bit different, and I kind of liked the fact it's called John Hughes movie as well. Like, I thought, yeah, it's creative. It definitely has some of those sort of synth sounds that are kind of 80s-ish. Again, it's this huge trend that we're seeing at the moment in the music industry. It's all about the old synth, the old 80s feel. So do you want to give it a listen?
'Cause this ain't no John Hughes movie where the girl gets the guy. You look right through me every time you walk by. I keep waiting for the heartbreak music that's never gonna come. 'Cause if you don't want me, then you're not the one. Sitting on the bathroom floor, trying to get my
Okay, I like the lyrics. You know, if I kind of miss what he said, but something like, "If you don't like me, then you're not the one," or something. I think, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it's quite empowering. And do you know what? She wrote this when she was 17. I mean,
Okay.
that just blows my mind. So yeah, again, I'll just go back to some of the quotes that she said. She wrote it when she was 17 about a house party that she went to, and it's just this really honest depiction of being a hopeless, melodramatic teenager, being awkward and drunk and getting your heart broken by people that you don't even remember anymore now.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I think we've all been there. I've definitely been there. I can tell you that for sure.
100%,
Oh.
100%. You know, like when you're a teenager and you think like it's that puppy love, isn't it? It's so strong and it's so powerful, and you think like, oh, I'm gonna spend my entire life with this person, and then
2 days,
like,
2 minutes later, they've just gone,
yeah, it's
and you're sitting
absolutely
there
crazy.
going, "What's going on?"
It's really nuts. Like, but do you know what? I don't know about you, Stuart. I look back on those times with sort of real fondness, because actually when you're a teenager, everything feels so like amped up. I know that sounds stupid. So like those really like strong feelings, those really puppy love feelings that you have for somebody, like you literally do. You just think that you're so head over heels. And then at the same time, when you sort of like get dumped or like things don't go quite to plan, oh my gosh, it's the worst. But and those at the time, those roller coaster emotions are so horrible. So if there are any teens listening, like, it's meant to feel this way. You're a teenager, it's meant to feel this way. But when you're an old boring adult, you will look back on these times and you'll look at them fondly, because they are exciting and sort of very thrilling, you know. So
I was going to say, yeah, if there's one thing I'd say, if you ever look back at your kind of teen years, you kind of go, "Why didn't I just enjoy that ride?"
yes, oh my gosh, right? Like I couldn't say it better myself.
Yeah. So if you're listening to us two old farts in our 30s, listening back to this, and we're talking about our teenage years, just remember it's a roller coaster ride, and do you know what? Just go with it. Just enjoy the ride, because when you get to our age, it's not the roller coaster's stuck. It's not going anywhere. we're getting kicked off the ride.
you go from being on sort of like I don't know, what is it, like Nemesis in Thorpe Park, to being on sort of like the teacup ride.
Yeah,
that
well,
is
the
the
teacup ride's still
equivalent.
quite fast.
I don't know, it depends which teacup ride you're going on.
I suppose. No, it's more like a Ferris wheel. A Ferris wheel?
Yeah, Ferris wheel.
No,
yeah,
not
really
carousel. It's a carousel.
Carousel,
It's more like a carousel. Right,
with the
slow
little
and gentle.
horses that go up and down. Yeah.
Slow and gentle. Slow and gentle.
Yeah, so enjoy the thrills and the yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. And then when you get kicked off it, join us on the carousel.
Yeah, I think that's why these songs speak to me so much, though, because they are so sort of like I think it's almost like that sense of nostalgia for me, and I am such a teenager at heart, I swear.
I was gonna say, you just want to be a kid again, don't you? That's it.
Not a kid again. I'd love to relive like my teens.
Yeah, a teen again, a kid. You know, you're still a kid at the teen.
But maybe early 20s, because then you can drink.
Oh, okay. So you want to be in your twin teens, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
Because I'm still 20 plus 13.
Yeah, I just celebrate the anniversary of my 21st birthday now.
So you're just 21 every year.
Yeah,
fair
just
point.
the anniversary. Yeah.
Fair
How
point.
old are you? 21 with some
21.
experience.
Yes, 21. Well, I'm sticking to 20, so I'm 20 with 13 years of experience.
Exactly. You're just absolutely rocking the 20-year-old lifestyle. It's good.
Well, I think we all want to be in a John Hughes movie. So, Maisie, thank you so much for that. Now,
Oh, yes.
where are we going?
Well, I need a drum roll first of all, please, Stuart. This one is RenForShort and virtual reality.
Now,
Yeah.
I can relate to this so much in so many different ways, and I'll tell you why. I don't want to live on my life on the internet. Well, technically, I live my life on the internet. Hashtag TikTok and hashtag every other social media that we've got. I don't smoke any e-cigarettes, so I'm not really fussed about that. But hasn't lockdown just made our lives cyber?
Oh my gosh,
Like,
I have this conversation all the time.
Well, let's be honest. Let's be honest, right? Okay, we're doing a radio show right now. We're live on the radio. Yet, me and you have never met. We've only ever met virtually. We've only ever met on the internet. That sounds really weird because initially we met through Twitter.
Oh,
well, we met because I put
before you know.
Well, yeah, exactly. You probably are. You probably are. I mean, you probably stalked my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. You've probably been on my website. You've probably done everything.
Right.
My OnlyFans. Hashtag I don't have OnlyFans. I'm just kidding.
You set millions of hearts racing just then, Stuart, only to disappoint.
Yeah, I know, right? To point them exactly. Yeah, they all can't get my material on OnlyFans that doesn't exist. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I literally put a tweet out, about just over a year ago now. No, just under a year now, because it was it was probably what, August, September time, maybe. Around that time. And I just said, hey, journal request. My music reviewer that I had bailed on me. No, he didn't. He had to kind of leave the show for reasons. And I'm looking for a new one. Who wants to talk music and just have a bit of fun? And do you know how many people actually applied for it?
Go on.
Bearing in mind, it's just for a bit of fun. There's no payment. It's just for us dicking around.
Was it just me? One?
I had 13.
13.
13
and I made
people.
The cut. Stuart.
Yeah,
I
literally.
Feel special now.
The worst thing was I was messaging loads of people, and it came from 13 down to about 4 people that were super, super keen.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Well, you were one of the super keens, but I mean that was the great thing about it was I wanted someone who was super keen and interesting, and then I had to do a bit of Twitter stalking just to have a look at profiles and see, who I liked and what I didn't like from them, and did I think I could gel with them? Do I think I could talk to them? Just a little secret, I wasn't the only one that did this. There was someone else involved in the selection process.
Was just so I wasn't music reviewer.
and Holly, so they were involved. We literally just sat down and we said, look, these are the 4 that are keen, and who should I go for? One of them literally straight away just went you with no question marks. So you were the front runner from the start. Then we looked at the other 4 and we thought maybe the other 3, and we thought maybe her. And then we just kept coming back to you. And then I was just like, yeah. And then I said, are you available to record like this weekend? You were like, yeah, let's do it. So and the rest is history. You're still here on the 1st of March 2021.
Mate, I need to get like a big box of Georges to the people involved to say thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you want to know when the first show officially launched?
Go on.
So the first show launched on Reclaim Radio.
Yeah.
It happened in April.
Wow.
The 19th of April was the first show I had
Last year.
last year.
Oh my gosh. And how many listeners have we got now?
Well, we're toy between. Well, when we first started, we had about 1,000, a couple of thousand. Then it got to, where did we get to? We balanced between 6,000 to 10,000, depending on the night.
That's amazing.
And I can't tell you what the TV or the music features were for that show, but I can tell you Aaron's film choices. Child's Play,
Yeah.
Superbad, and Six Underground. And I'll tell you why I can't tell you the other ones, because they were the TV and the music reviewers were pre-recorded at the time, and everything was built into that pre-record, so it was only like minute editing, so it never made the actual folder. But if you actually look at the folder I have now for, say, last week's show, this is getting geeky now, but last week's show, I've got Finding Alice, Hollow Man, Please Like Series 3. This is the 31st of January I'm looking at. The Great Trailer and World War Z with Rag and Bone Man, Whatever I Wanted, Pink Sweats, At My Worst, and Heavy by Rosie Darling. Oh, and we did Powerless as well by Matt Kearney.
When was that?
That was the 31st of January.
I was going to say that wasn't all that long ago.
No. I mean, we've got about 30 pieces of items in the in the January folder, compared to when I first did my show back in April 19th, where I've got 6 bits of items. That shows you how well the show's gone on. It's gone on from strength to strength, that's for sure. But yeah, so yeah, kind of me certainly, I've been living a virtual world pretty much since the 19th of April.
I have, and I know that like my phone, I've got like I think it's like 3 hours or something like that of screen time that I'm allowed, for example, and then it blocks me out and it says, oh, do you want more? And you can just literally click get more time. And so that's all I do. I should just get rid of the blocker, because I easily spend over 3 hours on my phone a day.
All right. I know what we should do right now. Right. I love this game. This game is so much fun.
Oh, no, you're going to ask how much time I've spent on my phone, aren't you?
Yeah. Screen time.
Where do I want to know it?
So you go into settings.
I'm actually embarrassed about this. This is going to show me how addicted to my phone I am at the moment.
Right, are you there?
Yeah.
Screen time.
I don't know if I've got that.
It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I've got a digital balance.
Have you got an iPhone?
No, I've got a Huawei. Right, well, you might need to try and find it on your Huawei. But I will tell you my daily average I am on my phone for. Go on.
It's up 17% from last week. My daily average is 8 hours a day.
Oh, okay. I feel a little bit less bad now. So my screen time today was, sorry, let me just navigate back. Right, my screen time today was 6 hours and 43 minutes.
Wow, you beat me today. I'll tell you mine.
Right, so 2 hours 10 of that, though, I have to caveat that 2 hours 10 of that. No, but the reason being is that I listen to YouTube. I listen to YouTube every night, and the reason being is that there's a video on there which has Hoover sounds, and I really
Of course, yeah.
I
No, that's
sleep
fine.
really well with that noise.
Fine. Yeah, no,
So
that's
yeah,
fine. That's fine. You need to get an Alexa.
I have an Alexa, but the
You
Alexa
should be able to do that.
Yeah, but the Alexa, like the Alexa noise for vacuums isn't as good. There's a difference. There's some ambient noises where they just turn the vacuum on and then it's like it's just left. Whereas this video, he like literally like hoovers, and you kind of get the back and forth of the hoover, and you also get the click of the like button and stuff. And it's kind of that whole process for me. I just find it really therapeutic.
Fine.
I spent
Fine.
an hour on WhatsApp, 2 hours on Facebook. I don't even remember spending 2 hours on Facebook. What?
Wait, are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
So my screen time today has been 6 hours.
Okay.
My most used app is the game that I'm playing on there at the moment. It's called State of Survival. I've been playing that for an hour and 32. Next followed by WhatsApp. The one thing I like about it is I've picked up my phone 105 times today.
Oh, does yours tell you that? Mine doesn't.
Yeah. My frequently used app, the first app that I go to when I pick it up is WhatsApp. I've received 468 notifications on my phone, with WhatsApp being 92 of them. Snapchat with 37, thanks to all my snappers. Messenger's got 19, Clubhouse has got 22, and State of Survival, my game, has given me 141 of those notifications. So thank you for the game. But yeah, that's how in depth I go, and the phone goes. But yeah, it is mental. That's how much we live on our phones right now. 6 hours out of a 24-hour day.
I know, that's like a lot. And this is the thing, like I just went for my week tally, and like I spend nearly 20 hours a week on YouTube doing nothing other than listening
to Hoover sounds.
Yeah, like this ambient noise person, whoever their video is, literally they're going to be racking up the ad revenue with my listening.
Yep, that's you. You're sorted. That you're paying for his. You're paying for him to do that.
Literally paying his wage.
I tell you what. Let me download that video, and let me re-upload it to YouTube, and just do it for me. Just literally stream for me.
I absolutely will. I love that video. Just do a video of you with a Hoover, and I will listen. Guaranteed, listen to it every night. So if people want some YouTube hours, watch hours, just record me some Hoover sounds. Okay, nothing weird. I just like Hoover sounds.
I've just gone back to the beginning of our conversation before we came on air and what we were talking about with this microphone muff.
Yeah.
I've just had a moment there. I've just had a moment. Sorry. So Ren for short.
Yeah, because her name's Lauren.
Okay, Ren for short. Like it. Ren for short. Virtual reality. I like it. It's kind of just had us reminiscing over virtual worlds and living on a mobile phone. So thank you for that, Ren for short. I guess we'll play it out now, shall we?
Let's play it out, Stuart. And I think if we can take some time to listen to those words and be more conscious of our virtual usage.
Yes, exactly. 100%. I disagree with you there. But anyway, so it just means for me to say, Laura, can we do it all again next week?
Yeah, of course. We're not out of lockdown yet.
Oh, right. So when I'm out of lockdown, I might be a different stop. Thanks for that. Ren for short, virtual reality. Looks like I'm going to be looking for a new music reviewer come lockdown or end of.